We're here.
We are here, right?
We are live.
Let me go ahead and get into the audio room so I can also look and moderate some of the questions that we might get.
Yes.
Where are you?
Welcome.
Welcome. Happy Tuesday. We're gonna, what is it, 5 o'clock on the dot. Man,
Yeah, good. We're getting good.
I like that. Welcome everyone. We're gonna get started. We're gonna give you a couple minutes.
Yeah.
5:02. Let me just reduce the sound here. There we go.
Yeah.
Hope everyone's doing well. What 72 hours, I would say, they've been the most hectic.
What a 72 hours it's been.
Wow. It's been crazy. We have a lot to share today, guys. But we're going to wait to get started. We have a lot of new users. Oh, nice. Special sound there. Okay.
We got sound effects today.
I like it. I love it. We are in a different space. It's formally the new favorite space.
Yes, it looks good.
It does.
Got the FANBASE hat here. You got the FANBASE polo on. I got a FANBASE tee.
It's like we're showing all the different merch.
Yeah, nobody has. All the different merch that nobody has.
We hopefully will grow the shop, the store soon. All right. I see more people joining. Welcome. We'll start at 5.
We should have like 200 people in this room.
Huh?
Easy. We should easily have 200 people in this room.
Oh, I'm seeing some OG users I haven't seen in a while. There's a lot of people coming back to FANBASE.
You're trying to see some people you haven't seen in a minute.
I know. Well, if you're new, welcome. If you haven't been here for a while, welcome again.
Yeah.
The train continues. We're continuing going. All right. One more minute and then we'll get started. Lots of things to share. We have a new release this week as well.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that today.
We didn't talk about that too because it's so
much crazy. Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
It's like a release. It's like, okay, yeah, there is a release. It's going to be the first release of the year this week. So we're excited about that. But let's get started. I know there's other people going to join. So welcome, everyone. Happy Tuesday, another Town Hall Tuesday. We meet here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I have the pleasure to be here with Mr. Isaac Hayes III, our founder and CEO. I'm Rama, I'm FANBASE's CTO. And we do this every Tuesday so we can share our current progress with our Regulation A reggae race, and also share how FANBASE is doing from every perspective, business, product.
Yeah.
It's been 3 crazy days. We have a lot to share with you guys, but good, crazy good.
Crazy good.
Yeah, definitely. We are making great progress, better than ever on the race. We're getting a lot of new users. So if you're a new user, being here for the first time, we welcome you. We're working very, very hard to continue improving the experience and bringing new things to you. As usual, I want to get started with our reggae because people are wondering why is FANBASE raising money?
Why?
Yeah, why are we raising money? How much are we raising? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we're raising money for the exact reason that we are in the position that we're in right now to compete with the big boys. This company, I founded this company my own money, and then got to a certain point for us to scale that we needed to raise capital, and so we did that. We went the route of equity crowdfunding, which gives you, the users of this app, or anybody that wants to invest in the app, the ability to have equity and ownership in it. We've been very successful. I have to think we're probably some of the most successful equity crowdfunders ever, especially with social media.
I think
we raised over $15 million in 4 rounds, and that includes our current round that we're raising right now, which is $17 million.
Careful with you.
Oh yeah, careful with my thumbs. Gotta be careful with my thumbs. Yeah, but the current round that we're raising $17 million in capital for FANBASE on Start Engine. So you can go to startengine.com/FANBASE to invest. The minimum to invest is $399. We have just passed 5.4 million. I actually think we're about to get to 5.5 because we were almost halfway to 5.5. If you look.
Let's see, well, I have
You go to the front page, I know, but I'm pretty sure we're like right at almost 5.5 million. We've raised almost $600,000 or $700,000 in the last 48 hours, maybe 72 hours. It's really been picking up because I think people are realizing the opportunity to actually have equity in the company. So yeah.
5.458.
Yeah, we'll get to 5.5 million by probably 8 o'clock tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is really special, powerful. That's why we're doing it. We're in a really unique position right now, and so I tell everybody that you should invest in FANBASE, especially right now. And you know.
So let's talk about that, because I'm a user. I'm just gonna put a use case here. I'm a user that has been using TikTok for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big influencer, but I get a lot of views and I do things through TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if TikTok is gonna go away, sadly. And I found FANBASE, and I'm seeing that FANBASE is raising money. Why should I invest on FANBASE? I'm already on FANBASE, but why should I invest on FANBASE? What's special about it?
Well, I mean, I think if we understand the nature of how social media platforms become valuable and they're successful, their success is actually built off the user. It's technology. That technology is presented to the public. The public uses that technology in a way that scales the platform to the point they can run advertising and increases the value of the company. But these companies are typically founded by what we call angel investors and VCs, which are already rich people. And so for us to be able to build a company where we're allowing the users, the content creators on the platform, or anybody in the general public to actually have equity in a platform that is scaling, it's probably had the best 72 hours ever in the last 72 hours since the company's existed. We definitely worked more than we worked 3 days ago, but and that is going to continue to grow. So right now is the perfect time to actually invest in the company because we're on the move. And so it's important.
So I joined FANBASE. I'm using the platform. If I invest, I kind of have control of what kind of value I give to the platform, right? So
wrong. Yes, you can. Yeah. Okay. Let me explain something right now, because this is something that I'm going to talk about a bit further. I don't think people understand the position that this company is at the moment. If you were to go to the Apple App Store right now, FANBASE is the 7th most popular app in social media on the Apple App Store, 10th most popular on the Google Play Store. We are 6 spots away from being the #1 social media app in America. We are surrounded by every other company that is worth billions of dollars and have raised billions of dollars, right? The only difference between us and them is you can have equity in it. So when I see everybody going to Red Note, right? This is just to use an example, and we talked about this earlier. Red Note has been around since 2013. They're worth $17 billion. They've raised $900 million, and people are still comparing that company to us.
Where are they based?
In China. The China-based company. So I don't know if they might
just saying
they might ban that one too. And so if FANBASE was in the spot that, again, 6 spots away, if FANBASE was in the same spot that Red Note was, and you owned equity in it, you could see FANBASE scale from what we are now to a higher valuation, probably $1 billion company. I can't guarantee that, but we've seen companies scale, be valued at $1 billion for doing way less than what we're already doing right now. And so that's unique. I mean, these are like, I looked at the App Store and I'm seeing Discord and I'm seeing Facebook Messenger and Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat and then there's us. It's crazy. It's
crazy. So let's talk a little bit about some of the highlights of the past 3 days.
Yep.
So if you're wondering why I look so pale and I have bags under my eyes, it's because it's been a very hectic 3 days.
Yes.
No sleep, but all for good reasons. We're here for you. But I want to talk about some of the key highlights. So in the last 3 days, we got more than 150,000 new users coming into the platform.
It's more than that. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let him read what he read, but it's even more than that. But go ahead.
If you count today, probably yes.
Yeah, it's more than that.
So, you guys, like you mentioned, we've climbed to number 6 and 10 on the app stores.
Yeah.
Our MAUs have grown more than 120% week over week. So in 1 week, the entire thing just shifted.
Yeah.
We had almost 1 million pieces of content migrated in the past 3-4 days. That's been amazing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you, just to give you a heads up, have been migrating your content and you've been patient. We're getting a lot of demand on the migration. We're working tirelessly to see how we can speed that up. And we're going to do it, but just be patient. But we're having a lot of content migrating to FANBASE, which is exciting. Obviously, you mentioned we were at 4.8 on Thursday, $1 million in the race. Now we're at 5.4. 5.4.
Trying to be 5.5. So almost $1 million in a week.
Yeah, in a week.
Yeah.
So it's been an amazing week. So a lot of things happening. We're trying to capitalize on that. We're trying to improve experiences. We're trying to get the word out as well. Let's talk a little bit of what a user or even an investor can do to also help support this momentum.
Well, one, tell people to download FANBASE, because with every download, you push us further up the App Store, which gives us more visibility. And again, when I said this previously, just in I did an interview earlier today. I think this is the most important story in tech in America right now, because this is an independent funded startup. The nature of social media is usually funded by angels and VCs. These are the rich guys that get rich over and over and over again. And so from very humble beginnings and hard work, it's taken us 6 years to get here. You gotta think about that. We've been working at this for a minute. Like, to get to this point, 6 years, and we're at this point where it looks like the market is shifting. There's uncertainty.
Yep.
And you have the ability, if you are an investor, because I think I said yesterday, we have like 19,000 plus investors. I would want all 19,000 investors to tell, 10 people to invest in FANBASE for a couple of reasons. One, the more capital that we have, the faster we can accommodate things like migration, or the functionality that users coming from TikTok expect, and we can build that in weeks, not months, weeks. To be able to build this kind of stuff, it's extremely important.
That's the pun intended for me.
Yeah.
It's like weeks.
Weeks. Yeah. But so what you can do is tell people to invest. Why is somebody calling me? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. My phone is ringing. I should have put it on airplane mode. You can tell people to invest. You can go to startengine.com to invest, and then tell people to download FANBASE. All that contributes to the success of the company.
I'm going to go even a little bit even simpler. If you are a user just creating content and sharing away, you're doing your part as well and sharing a story about FANBASE. Because that's how platforms grow. That's how things go viral. There's a lot of amazing content that we're seeing in FANBASE these days. So I encourage everyone to not only continue creating through all our 6 content format, but also share away, share your profile, share your content, share someone else's profile.
Yeah.
And what's the most exciting thing about all of this? The users are coming into FANBASE, they're finding a new platform, a new community, and they're realizing they're making money too.
100%.
That's going to happen in other places.
Yes.
So, we've been talking to a lot of people lately, and they're like, okay, why are you guys different? We're different for many reasons, but one of those is you can truly make money from day one, and you can make money in a lot of things.
Can I talk about, okay, so of course there's a lot of conversation online about FANBASE, and that we are a platform that has monetization as a component of it. I need the people that are new from TikTok to understand, because there's a bad myth going around, and I'm actually about to address this on TikTok a little later today, that it costs to be on FANBASE, that you have to pay to be here, that you have to pay to like something, that the only way you can see content is if you pay for it. That is not the case. This is a free to use, free to download platform. I've seen people say, I'm not putting my credit card information in there. I'm not going to use your app. You don't have to enter your credit card information to use FANBASE if you don't want to. What we're saying is that the makeup of the company allows anybody to tip you using digital currency we call love. And every love is worth half a penny to you. This exists on platforms like TikTok. They might call them gifts, or they might call them bits on Twitch. So it's no different, except ours are actually have a lot more value. I think yeah, it is. Because like one love is half a penny. I think you got to get crazy amount of stars or whatever on these platforms just to get 1 penny. It's like one love is half a penny. And so to get that money, we have to be able to send it to your bank account. Now, if you want that money to just sit there in perpetuity and never collect it, that's on you. But anything over $25, we send to you at the beginning of the month. So the platform is totally free to use. The other part is that the optionality to have subscribers is there if you want to, right? If you want to monetize, because I think the direction of where social media is moving, which we call the social economy, is this combination of social media, television, community, and monetization, where we're all television networks, right? And we all create content if we want to. Now, if you just want to be a consumer, consume content. But if you want to be somebody that realizes you have a talent or a skill and you're funny, you make great content, and you can get tipped for it and then eventually start to charge for it, you just have that option to do that on FANBASE. So it doesn't cost to be on FANBASE. FANBASE is designed for you to make money first before we even make money. Yep. And that's the thing. Your success is our success. So that's the way that the platform is designed.
100%. I always keep mentioning that the number one reason why we wake up every day is how can we get all these amazing creators closer to their minimum threshold so they can get paid.
Yeah.
We celebrate every first of the month paying you guys. The more we pay you, the more, the happier we are. So that's definitely.
But I do want people on that are coming from TikTok to get on TikTok and comment on those videos and say, FANBASE doesn't cost a charge. You're in this room right now. You're in this room. Matter of fact, some of you remember somebody will probably make money from TikTok. If you're from TikTok, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make money on FANBASE. If you came over from TikTok in the last 3 days, throw one in the chat. And we know who's been on here for a while already, so don't anybody fake it. But if you come from TikTok, throw one in the chat, and you're gonna see how easy it is to make money on FANBASE right now in real time. So I want to see a bunch of ones.
I'm gonna go through the chat room and see if you guys have any questions.
Yeah.
Go back to some investment topics and questions, but I want to give you guys the time to. We'll first look at the chat room here in audio, and then we'll go into.
Bernard, you've been here. Stop lying.
Someone said, "Can we buy merchandise? I'm going to an event this weekend. I want to support." So you can, but with the surge of users and activity, we are running out of merch. So the chances of you getting merch before the weekend are very slim, and we'll try to restock that. Someone said, "Can't wait on the new release." We can't either. We'll talk a little bit about the release, but we're waiting for the stores to approve them.
Why y'all in here lying, Coach Mac? Why y'all trying to scam me?
I love these icebreaker questions. Isaac, what's your favorite restaurant in Atlanta?
I don't really eat out that much. I cook. The favorite restaurant in Atlanta is My Kitchen. How about that? I make the best food.
I'm still waiting for you to comment for everyone here, man.
I've done that multiple times.
Once in a while, we get some of.
No, I've done that multiple times.
All right.
Yeah, I've done that multiple times.
Let's see what else we have here in questions. A lot of positive things. Yes, we are live. We're actually. Someone said, "Are you guys live?"
Yeah. So what you're seeing right now is probably something that you've never seen before, right? So you've heard of audio chat. You know about X, right? Clubhouse. Well, okay, those platforms have audio chat. We have audio chat, but we also created a functionality in audio chat called Watch Party, which right now you can actually take a YouTube link, pin it to the top of an audio room, and play it and watch content with your friends and have conversation, or stream live. So this is a live stream through YouTube into an audio chat room inside of FANBASE as a watch party. So you get the visual of us and the audio and the chat all in one. So you can talk over content, watch content, chat with your friends.
And share your screen too.
And share your screen all at the same time. Incredible.
All right. I invested before it launched, but didn't know how to see the progress. It was hard getting started when this platform launches, so I left. I'm back. Yes. Welcome back, Stephanie. Don't worry, there's no shame in coming back. We welcome you.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that came back, and we're here, and we made a lot of progress since the beginning of times. I mean,
absolutely.
100%. It's been a long journey, but we're here. Let's see what else we have. Someone said, just opened my first audio room. That's awesome.
Awesome.
I love when people say it's my first piece of content, my first audio room.
Yeah, someone said this is a dope feature. You've never seen this feature before. Never seen it. You've never seen it before.
All right. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going.
Yo, someone said, I would love the app to be able to watch party natively in the app.
watch party enabling the app, basically. Yeah, like minimize. Yeah.
We dabble. We dabble. We'll
get there.
We dabble.
So the story behind Watch Party is we launched this right at the end of the elections. We did it strategically, and we decided, a lot of times we have to make these decisions. We're like, okay, do we go all the way and we wait a few months to release this, or do we release it today? We bring value to the creators and the users right away, and we iterate. And Watch Party was that example. We went live back in November, and then we've been iterating, and we're definitely going to be continue iterating. And the more we raise, the quicker we can do that. So
I keep saying Dominic's new, so I'm trying to give Dominic some love, but let me see if I can give Dominic. Oh yeah, I just gave Dominic. See, why is it cheating like that though? It's not working good.
I like this. Well, I think it's just
Oh, okay. Look, Dominic. I just gave Dominic 1,500 loves. Dominic, if you look at actually, you know what we need to do? And I just realized something that we probably should do. It's something that we need to do feature-wise.
Come on, guys. See, why you keep getting these guys' ideas?
No, I noticed that when you love something in chat, it should also show up in here in the top there. We got to connect those.
Yeah.
Because it's only showing the stage love, not the chat love.
Yep.
Because I did that. I was like, I don't see it. I'm like, but there's a wallet. Everybody has a wallet on your profile in FANBASE. Dominic, if you go to your wallet, I want you to go to your wallet right now. You might have to leave the room and you can minimize the room.
Yeah.
Go to your wallet and swipe down and refresh your wallet and see how much money is in your wallet and come back and tell everybody how much money you have in your wallet from FANBASE, from us right now. Look, Dominic's saying, wait, what? Yeah. So to go to your profile, tap your wallet.
Yeah, you're going quick. I'm still like halfway in the chat.
Refresh your wallet and come back and tell everybody how much money you got in your wallet, Dominic.
All right, let me see. I'm going to continue seeing to see any questions in there. We wait for that. You're welcome.
Yeah. Because that's tipping. That's love. That's what I mean by it doesn't cost to be here. And Dominic said, okay, 1 second, I'm going to check. Go check, Dominic. Come back. Yeah.
All right. Someone said I'm gonna go and get all the musicians here. All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Ron has made $20.36 since January.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It
is January. What I'm saying, since January. January's 14 days.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's like 2 weeks.
Someone said I'm an investor of 2024. Thank you, Don. Welcome. We're happy to have you. Let me see. Yeah, when you get a call on Watch Party, the Watch Party gets paused. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me see.
Dominic, where you at? I want to know how much money you got.
Let me see. How and where? This is a good question. Or when do I get my lab points after investing? I invested this past Sunday. So let's talk a little bit about the perks, and we'll answer this question, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of perks depending on the amount.
Dominic has $30.38 in her wallet. Dominic,
see?
Holy Dominic, wait. You made $30.38.
You need 2 sounds in there. You need
the cash register.
The cash register is one. That one is like the aha moment. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. See, $30, and that's just off love. That's just tipping. Now that functionality, Dominic, is available. Someone can tip you on the chat, on a comment, in an audio room, a live, a story, a DM, or any post. Flicks, FANBASE Plus. Tipping, it's like there. So nobody's done this. This is crazy. This is why I'm like, y'all understand this is the most important tech story in America right now, that we are 6 spots away from being the number one app in the country and breaking and changing the game forever.
Really. All right, let's go back into the perks. So
we will be rich,
several perks
and it's happening now.
You invest on FANBASE.
I love FANBASE.
If you are an existing investor from prior rounds, you get automatically, and you invest in this round, you get automatically 10% bonus shares, which is great. Okay, and then you have, let me see, I'm gonna go through here.
Well, you're following. Follow.
Let me see, rewards. So we have 5 tiers, that depending on how much you invest, you get also perks.
Yeah.
So tier 1, if you invest $600 or more, you get early access to some of the features. We're going to be bringing a lot of features this year.
Yeah.
And you're going to get 10,000 loves right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you where you can get those labs as well.
Yep.
Tier 2 is $1,000 or more. You get everything I shared before. On Tier 1, you're going to get 10,000 labs. And also you get a verified profile.
Blue check.
Blue check. Tier 3 is $2,500 or more. You're going to get 20,000 labs, everything I mentioned before. You're going to get a FANBASE t-shirt. You're also going to get a gold verified
badge. You've never seen a gold verified badge before FANBASE, but if you go on X right now and type in any company, you'll see a gold verified badge. We've had gold verified badges since 2019, and they get the ideas from us.
Yeah. So, and then you're also going to, mention the 15,000 labs, the gold verified badge. Let me see. My pen thought there. Yeah, that's good. And then the t-shirt. All right. Then on Tier 4, you're going to get 20,000 labs. Also the t-shirt, you're going to get 5% bonus shares. So think about it. If you're an existing investor from the prior 3 rounds and you invest again and you invest $5,000 or more, you're going to get 15% bonus shares. 10% for being an existing investor,
yep,
and 5% for being part of Tier 4.
100.
And then last but not least, Tier 5, you're going to get everything I mentioned, 30,000 labs, t-shirt, gold verified badge. You're also going to have access to an amazing dinner and evening with us. We're hoping to do that with all 4 rounds Tier 5 Diamond investors.
Oh, yeah. After tomorrow, we might be, depending on what news comes down on.
Might be a sign. Someone asked what's our favorite restaurant. We're in this moment. Something might happen. You
never know.
But you also get 10% bonus shares. So if you invest $10,000,
I might cook for all the
guys. That's a great incentive. I've known Isaac for such a long time. He never cooked for me or anyone here. He just said that if we close the race, he's gonna cook for all the investors.
All the investors.
Let's do it.
That'll be I'll cook.
All right. So last tier is Tier 5, $10,000 or more. You're gonna get 10% bonus shares. So if you're an existing investor, you can get up to 20% bonus shares if you invest $10,000 or more. So 5 extra incentive to invest in FANBASE. If you're already invested, you can actually reach out to support. They're going to ask you a few questions to verify that you're a confirmed investor, and we'll talk shortly about the process of investment as well.
The news media is mentioned all social medias except FANBASE.
We'll talk about it. Hold on. Let me finish this one. Don't worry. We mentioned. So reach out to support. Make sure you let them know that your investor information, and then they'll be able to give you the perks that we control, which are the lab. We'll be able to schedule the merch if you qualify for that, and then the verification as well. So reach out and let us know. And one more thing, we do stack or aggregate the tiers, meaning that if you invest today $600 and tomorrow you invest $2,000, we can actually put those 2 investments together, and you can be part of Tier 2.
Z Music, I saw you ask that question in the chat. I knew who was going to cover that. So yes, you can stack it. If you invest in 2022 and you show us your investment and you reinvest again, we'll stack those to upgrade your perks.
Yeah. Now, what we cannot stack are the bonus shares.
Bonus shares.
We don't
control that.
That's Start Engine. But everything else we do, and we want to honor that, and we want to get that to you as soon as possible.
Right now is a good time to talk about the process.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's talk about, because I mentioned you have to be a confirmed investor. Where's the confirmed
investor? So, to invest in FANBASE, it's a quick process, right? You go to startengine.com/FANBASE, and then you create a Start Engine account. Consider Start Engine as your wallet for your shares. We do not facilitate the raise. Start Engine does, there's other crowdfunding platforms, but Start Engine is the biggest crowdfunding platform out there. It's the #1 crowdfunding platform. Shout out Start Engine. So that is where your shares will be held. Once you purchase your shares or request your shares in the company, we will do something called, Start Engine does something called a background check, right? That means your money goes in escrow. That means we don't have your money and you don't have your money. It sits in this limbo until Start Engine does this regulatory background check on anybody that invests. Probably takes 2 days. Once that happens, you'll get a confirmation email. And this is probably the most important part of the process, because people think investing in FANBASE is just I go there, I hit invest, and I'm done. No. The SEC wants to give people the ability to make a firm decision and have all the information. So you have to confirm your investment latest. I definitely want to invest in FANBASE. Once you confirm your investment goes into a disbursement queue, and that sits on the side for us to pull from. When we pull that money and put it into our bank account, you are a FANBASE investor, and that's when you are confirmed as an investor. So that whole process could probably take, I don't know, maybe a week, few days.
Well, from a few days to a week, depending on how much you invest, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I was going through the messages. There's a lot going on. Let's look at YouTube. I don't want to. Sorry. Hey, close. I'm going to take a break from here. Sorry.
He's going to go in and look at YouTube, but the minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in FANBASE at $665 a share. Our current valuation is $160 million. But we've had such an amazing week. I know that, we're going to continue to, scale this raise. But I tell everybody, you've never really had a chance to own a startup. And one of the things that I think, and I said this before, and the irony is that it's happening kind of now, but I've been saying this for years. And this is not to disappoint anybody in social media that's a fan of Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok. None of these platforms are going to last forever. And the reason being is because trends change, technology changes, culture changes, the world changes. And so in the last few years, we've seen Twitter go. There was a thing called Twitter. It's no longer Twitter. Now it's called X, right?
Almost
there was a thing. There is a thing called TikTok. Tomorrow there might be the decision to end that company called TikTok. Today we're hearing about apps like Rednote and FANBASE that are coming out of nowhere, that are new platforms that emerge. And so that's just the world that we live in. And so the difference in all these platforms is the only one that is in that new group, the new kids on the block that everybody's talking about, that you can invest in and have equity in, is FANBASE. And that's important. And I'm not talking about, here's the thing that I say about investing. I'll be candid. Anybody tells you 14% on an investment is good. I mean, you invest $1, you get $1.14 back, you won. Since we started raising capital in 2020, 2021, we've seen this company grow in value in 8x. So if you put $1 into FANBASE in 2020, that dollar's worth $8. So you put $1,000 into FANBASE in 2020, at $20 million valuation, we're at $160. Now your $1,000 is worth $8,000. That's only $160. Mind you, these platforms get to $200 billion, $1.8 trillion. I'm not saying that FANBASE will ever get there. My ambition is to make the platform as valuable as possible for the investors, so that when there is an exit, which is either somebody acquires the company or we go public and we all sell our shares and cash out, and you see a significant return. Because the angel investors that invest, they invest in the same stage you invest in right now. But the difference is they put in $5,000 and they walk away with $24 million in 8 years. And so
I am a FANBASE ambassador. Welcome to my channel, YouTube. FANBASE social media, TikTok is going away. This FANBASE, link in my bio.
Because no one's ever done this. And I think that's important. That's what makes this different.
I'll be at 5,000. I'll be at 5,000 family members on FANBASE. I ain't never had that many.
No, we're not doing Rednote. We doing FANBASE, because every person you bring over here, we move closer and closer up that App Store charts and do that. And I'm telling you right now, I promise you, this is not Rednote was already an enormous platform. It's a huge platform in China. Like I said, we're 17 billion. You guys probably just added in the last 24 hours another $2 billion worth to the value of Rednote, which was already a Chinese company that's worth 17 billion. Imagine adding $2 billion worth of value to FANBASE, and we're valued at $160 million. Yeah. We can buy a lot of shirts with that. We can give away a lot of t-shirts.
So one of the questions that we had in the YouTube that I thought was interesting, especially for those that are new, is how do you get paid on FANBASE? And I want to just mention that we have a minimum, which is $25, right? So you have to reach $25 to get paid. We pay on the first of every subsequent month. But the first things you should always do, because you never know when that can happen. It can happen in a conversation. It can happen with one piece of content. So it's to complete your payment profile. If you go to your profile and then you go to settings, you're going to see your payment profile in there. If you're in the US, UK, or Australia, you can connect your debit card or bank account. And again, this is important because some people actually did ask, it's like, hey, why do you guys need this information? Why do you need social?
Yeah, why do you need my social security?
PIN?
So think about the same way that Lyft, DoorDash, and Instacart pay their drivers. We use the same functionality, and so it's no different than. And rather than being a Lyft driver, you're a content creator, and how you get paid is the same way that they get paid, through a platform called Stripe. So imagine not doing Lyft anymore, but doing what you love and making as much money, if not more money, because you're not spending time driving around. You're sitting in front of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, potentially millions of people, doing what you love and being able to get tipped or have subscribers. So that's
why we ask for that information. We don't keep anything that gets all transmitted securely to a third-party processor.
Yep.
Now, if you're outside those regions, you can still get paid, because we actually brought a PayPal integration last year.
Yep.
So if you're in any other region of the world that supports PayPal, you can connect your PayPal account, and then we can pay you through there. Now, part of the money that we're raising, we do want to continue diversifying what we call our financial roadmap, giving you more ways to get paid, also more flexibility of how and when you get paid as well. So we are going to continue improving that. But for now, almost everyone should be able to get paid in FANBASE. All right?
Yes, indeed.
Changing the world.
All right, let's see what else we have here. So much going on. Sorry if I missed the question or anything, guys, but there's a lot going on. I see some people are like two-time investors, first-time investors. That's awesome.
Is there an app for my laptop or just web browser? If you have a Mac with an M1 chip
or above,
you can actually download FANBASE as an app and use it on your laptop. I do it quite a bit. I pull it up on my laptop and use it quite a bit, which is really awesome.
It's awesome, and it works really nicely. There's a few differences, of course, just because our focus is app and web, but you can definitely use it. So
Octavia Harris says, when we invest, how can we see the growth charts and details of the investment? So a couple things. One, you can always see where your investment is inside your Start Engine account. Like I said before, Start Engine is the custodian of your shares. They'll always be there. Secondly, we post updates on the Start Engine page about what's going on with the company and what's happening. Third, we send out an investor newsletter that investors get. Fourth, we send out a FANBASE newsletter as well. And then you can always email us or email Start Engine if you have questions. Other than that, how you can tell the progress of FANBASE is just typically how when we raise capital. So basically, when this raise closes, we're raising $17 million. When this raise closes, FANBASE will be worth $177 million because we're raising $17 million on top of the 160, so that'll be a $177 million company. If we raise money again, let's say hypothetical, I'm not guaranteed. Let's say somebody says, okay, we want to give you $150 million for 10% of your company, right? Then that would make FANBASE a $1.5 billion company. We would all really be excited around here. But that means now your company, now the company went from almost 10x, almost went in value in 10x. And $1.5 billion company, don't get it twisted, is amazing. But when you think of the platforms that exist, even a platform like Snapchat, which is probably one of the smaller social media platforms, Snapchat is worth like $20 billion. So it's there's room.
So you actually like Isaac said, if you follow the Start Engine page, once you invest, we have that information on your email. We're actually doing a much better job in communicating all these milestones. And in fact, today you might get an update as well if you're an investor or a follower. Let's continue going through the questions because I don't think we're going to make it if we don't. So someone asked, how do you connect your FANBASE account to the investment, or is that something you guys do on your end? We do it on our end.
To get to customer
service. So I always encourage, once you invest on FANBASE, we never like to assume that the email that you use to invest is the email that you use to sign up in FANBASE. In fact, we have a lot of investors that are different.
To get to our
we do our due diligence and we try to connect them, but the best case is always to reach out and say, hey, I'm an investor. This is the email that I use for investment, and this is the email that I use from a user, because we always like to get those two connected and identify those investors are users.
I'm streaming live on my YouTube channel.
Let's see what else. Someone says,
spread
how do I
the
contact
word.
someone
Let's
about
go,
being a partner
FANBASE.
creator? So you can email partner@fanbase.app, and the team will take it from there. All right. Let's see. Some people saying, want to be the first VTuber virtual creator on this app. Yeah. That's the other great exciting thing about new platforms like FANBASE. You get to be the first ones in a lot of things that you do.
Try different things.
You know what I mean? Instead of going through this like enormous ocean that is like.
I started screen sharing in a watch party and realized this is kind of like Twitch. Like this is kind of, I can pull images into the conversation. You know, all these things that are going on. So it's really pretty exciting. So yeah.
Right, I see someone saying, I will stack my investments each month. I love it.
Love it.
That's awesome. Let me see. Do we log into for existing investors, do we log into our existing start engine and add a new investment? The answer is yes. Yes. So log in, you can invest again, and then those investments will get us.
They'll be separate investments, but you'll see them. So it's like, okay, this is my investment I made on this date. This is the investment I made on this date, and they'll all be inside your start engine account.
Yep. Someone asked, I'll let you answer this one. Can those outside the U.S. invest?
Yes, except for the UK and Canada. Don't blame us. It's the UK and Canada's restriction. I mean, we had the UK and Canada. We'd be done with this range by now, like because we get so many.
We do get a lot of Canadian users and interest.
Absolutely. Why can't I invest in Canada?
Yeah, definitely.
Is the platform able to handle the upside and traffic flow?
Why do you think
Why do you think he's so sleepy?
Yeah. So by the way, I was laughing before because someone said, "Oh, Rama got a haircut." Funny, not funny story. The haircut is one of my few moments that is just me time, right? And for the first time in my life, I had to get a haircut at 7 a.m. because I have not been able to. I had to cancel it several times. It's been crazy the last few days, guys.
Yeah.
So this morning at 7 a.m. I was getting a haircut and I was falling asleep while getting a haircut. So we are able, but obviously with growth comes growing pains, right? So I am a big believer as a CTO that you should never throw hardware to something that can be optimized through software, right? But time is of the essence. So, even though there's a lot of optimizations we should and we're going to be doing on the software side, a lot of times we gotta find a balance and increase our environment. So it gives us time for our team to adjust those. So we are working day and night, making optimizations. In fact, today I was very happy because someone came to me and says, Rama, what do you guys do with the user search? It's so fast now. Yes, because as we optimize for this new influx of users, we're seeing places where we can optimize experience. We know that everyone comes to FANBASE. The first things they do is like, hey, let me go and search for a user.
Yeah.
So we go and try to tackle that. So there's a lot of room for improvement. There's still a lot of things to do, but we are able, and we're going to continue working tirelessly. I do want to give visibility. We do have a small glitch on Sunday with signups and sign-ins. We had such a large amount of users that came that we hit a rate limit that we established for security reasons. And by the time we removed that rate limit, we already had a lot of users that couldn't sign up. So if you hear out there, hey, I couldn't sign up, I couldn't reset the password, that has been fixed. It was a period of times we're trying to retarget those users to tell them come to FANBASE, but that's part of the growing pains. But we are able to welcome everyone, and as we see these challenges, we're going to tackle them, and I'm very confident about that.
Hey, someone keeps asking, I think people are surprised to come in the room, they're saying, is this live? I'm like, yes, Ali family, this is live. It is January 14th,
FANBASE.
5:43 p.m. EST. We are doing a watch party live inside of an audio room, which you've probably never seen before. One of the many functionalities that FANBASE has. Oh, let me do this. Because the TikTokers have been coming over. And I posted a video today. So if you're from the TikTok community and you're looking for our version of TikTok, which we call Flicks inside of the app, right? On the home page of the app, in the upper left-hand corner, you will see an action icon like cut, right? You tap that, that'll take you to the Flicks feed. So that is where the feed of content, right, that becomes more and more tailored to you as you scroll, That's short form video. If you want to make that content, you hit the plus sign, right, on the home screen, and 6 content formats will pull up. The one that says Flicks, it'll open up the Flicks camera. You can create content and then share that content to Flicks. And so I know a lot of people are coming from TikTok saying, well, where's the TikTok functionality? People say, oh my God, this helps a lot. Now I can see that, because some people say, oh, it looks like Instagram. I'm like, no, we have a Flicks feed, we have a post feed, we have audio room feed, we have live feed. So it's just a lot of media and content in one app.
You know what a creator told me on Saturday? It was pretty exciting. He said, you know, one day I dream about it, one platform that I can post all my types of content in one place and I can make money. And then FANBASE came, he said, because this was a creator that had TikTok, had Instagram, had YouTube, and he was very worn out from all the efforts of doing it separately.
Yeah.
And then just the notion of being able to do it all in one platform and being able to monetize on top of that was really refreshing.
And this is what I mean by change. I know a lot of people like specific platforms for what they are, but the data is leaning towards people want an everything app, a true app that even if you don't participate in the other verticals, they're there if you ever decide you want to do so, which is kind of what FANBASE is. So you don't ever have to use audio if you don't want to. You don't have to go on these audio feeds if you don't want to. We recommend it because it's a great way to connect and grow your audience and your following in an audio way. But if you just want to make Flicks and use FANBASE as a platform where you do that, you can only do that. It becomes very, very successful and popular and have a lot of fun just doing that. But the point is that we're bringing communities together in real time. We're not limiting your visibility. We're giving you tipping functionality and the option to have subscribers if you so choose. And that is what makes FANBASE different. And I think a cut above all these other platforms that exist.
So I'm looking through YouTube and seeing what other questions we have. What are your some of your plans to grow the platform internationally? So I'll start with that and I'll let you add anything that I might have missed. It's like we're obviously available in 170 plus countries. We're available to the world. We're based here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we are today. Our focus, again, we gotta be very nimble and strategic with how we use our money and our resources and our time, right? And right now, our focus is the US, right? Because that's where we're growing the most. We don't discard in the future, as we grow, as we close the investment, to start putting more efforts in other regions. Putting more efforts doesn't mean, opening an office. It's simple things such as translating the platform in those languages. In fact, last year we did our first pilot with Spanish. So if you are from a Spanish-speaking region,
followers
you can
till I
download
reach
FANBASE and you can enjoy it in Spanish, right?
5,000.
And we built it in a way where in the future, if we need to do the same for other languages and regions, we can do that dynamically. So I think we are prepared, but again, we're trying to be strategic with our time. US focus now, but we welcome everyone. I'm so excited every time I see someone from the UK, Nigeria, Argentina, Brazil. We have a lot of Brazilian users that complain. It's like, why don't you have this app in Portuguese? So it's exciting, and I think we're gonna get there, but again, one step at a time.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at what somebody just said.
What is it?
Somebody just said, this is the online Wakanda. That is hilarious. But listen, I mean, I come from the music business and I love social media. So as a person that got to take my ideas and what I thought social media should be, I'm not like a engineer or anything like that. I just wanted to build a product that I thought encapsulated what I felt like was missing. And apparently it's very popular because a lot of these platforms have shifted towards the multi type of content, subscription model, tipping, XYZ type of stuff. So I feel like we've led the conversation.
Isaac, why don't you share briefly the story of how FANBASE became FANBASE, where it all started? Because I think that's a genuine, it really hits the soul of FANBASE.
So there's this young man. Okay, I'll start with this. I had no plans on building an app. So 7 years later, $15 million raised, over $1 million, over $160 million valuation. I didn't plan on doing this. So first and foremost, the only reason that I did this is because I saw a kid go viral dancing in a Spider-Man costume, and I thought to myself, wow, like this is an amazing moment. So I told him congratulations in a DM on Instagram. This young kid hits me back and says, thank you. Do you manage content creators? And I said, no, I do not manage content creators, but I understand why he wanted to know that question, because he had gone from a small following to over 300,000 followers on social media in one day. And he's trying to figure out, how do I capitalize on this viral moment that I have dancing in this Spider-Man costume? And I'm a business person. I said, man, Marvel and Disney might hate on you. They might tell you to stop dancing in their costume. So I was like, well, but he's an amazing dancer. Regardless of the costume, the real talent is the dancing. And I said, we need an app where people can subscribe to people like Netflix. And I was like, that's it. And FANBASE was born from that moment where you could follow people just like you do on Instagram and TikTok and all that. But if someone makes content that they want you to pay for, you can subscribe to that person, but it's inside a community. It's not OnlyFans, where it's just you go there to see what you want to see, and then when you're done, there's no community there. It's not that. It's a community that has monetization, and not just for anybody that thinks they're a content creator, but people that don't even know they're content creators yet, that become content creators just by using FANBASE and realize, yo, every time I post a video, they give me some money on it when I start cooking this food. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Before you know it, you have tipping, and then you have subscribers, and now you're like, yo, I'm a cooking content creator on FANBASE, and people are subscribing to my cooking videos, and now I quit my job, and everybody on the planet can do that. So that's how we kind of got here.
So that's interesting that you said that. Something came in my mind about myself and my journey in FANBASE. Mm-hmm. I'm obviously the techie guy, right? Yep. He's the creative creator, and I've never considered myself a content creator, right? Mm-hmm. And when I first started FANBASE, obviously I was posting, but I really got into it, especially through my Thursday Tech Talks, to the point where I actually enjoy doing watch parties. And my concept of not considering myself a content creator has changed.
Yeah.
And even though I'm the CTO, I'm actually making money as a content creator on FANBASE. And, just like I felt and like I feel now, a lot of people are going to go through that journey where the first is like, oh, well, let me try this, let me put content. And then they do, and they're like, oh, I made money. Well, let me get a little bit better about it. Let me buy this thing. Let me buy that stuff. And then you got, start producing it. And that's how you're going to evolve. So exciting.
So someone asked, who's the first person that's going to go viral on FANBASE? I hate to break it to you, Jeffrey, but people have already gone viral. There's I've scrolled on the feed and seen people's posts that have like 200, 300,000 views, right? 400,000 views on a video. And that means that the content is getting seen by a majority of the community on the app, and they're making money and they're commenting on it. And I'm like, oh, I don't even have that many views. I got a lot of followers on here. I haven't even gone really viral on here yet. So, but I think that's incredible. But that's the thing. As far as content on this platform, someone asked like, well, how do you get seen, or what's visible? I'm gonna tell you how not to get seen. Before I tell you how to get seen, I'm gonna tell you how to not get seen. How to not get seen is post some porn. You won't even be on the platform. You just will. We're not doing porn, posting porn on the feed and all that. You're out of here, right? We're not doing that. Also, we don't want people to post very text-heavy content. If you're here to promote your business, by all means, use the platform in whatever way you choose. But just posting static images of text all the time is not going to register in the feed. And the more and more as the app goes on, all that stuff is going to be filtered out. We want vivid, visual, engaging content. I don't care if it's funny. I don't care if it's cooking. It could be dog video. I watch pet videos all the time. It could be any of that. We just don't want somebody putting like a long sonnet or poem and putting 20 of them in a row and thinking that that's going to get seen. So it's more, it's more like television. I think that's why I say social media is the new TV. People want to watch vivid visual content, and so we just don't want people posting, flyers all the time.
Oh, let's go through some of the basics. Mm-hmm. So you join FANBASE. Number one is you want to make sure your profile is complete. Make sure you take care of that. You also want to make sure that your payment profile is complete as well. Again, you never know when you're going to hit that minimum. You might join on the 30th and you suddenly get one content or one audio room and you make $30. And if you don't have that payment profile, you can't get paid. So definitely get your payment profile. Another great way is obviously start posting content. Okay, don't have your profile empty all the time. And also jump into audio. Audio is a great way to connect, learn, and build community. And one thing that you want to do also that it's only audio for now is create accounts. So if you have a specific interest and you want to build community, go ahead and create accounts. So if you go to audio on the upper right hand side, you're going to see a campfire icon. That's what we call camps. That's another great way to start building community and connecting, right?
I just saw a funny question. I realized that doesn't apply to this app.
Well, give you an idea. Don't tell me that.
No, it's not an idea. It just doesn't apply to that. So Sweetheart Angel just said, how often should I post? And you know what's interesting about that? The reason why people ask how often should you post is because you're trying to go viral. And the reason they tell you to post that much is because they want you to post content that they can run ads in between. We don't run ads here, right? So it isn't like I have to post 20 times to trick the algorithm to get to know it. Now, all that is a ploy on these other platforms like TikTok and like Instagram to get you to feed the algorithm and feed them so they can slip ads in between your content. I actually said something that I probably sounds like a hater, but I was like, yo, if you really want to bring Instagram to its knees, I'm just telling you, this is no shade. If you want to bring Instagram to its knees, nobody posts on the platform. There'll be no content to run an ad in between, and their ad revenue will plummet.
I'm here.
It will go to zero. There'll be nothing there.
What's going to happen with the lights out?
There'll be no content to run ads in to make money, so the platform will lose all its ad revenue. It will crash because that's why they tell you to post 30 times a day, because they need that to slip in the Dunkin' Donuts coffee commercial and to sell you this and sell you that. And I'm like, oh, if you just didn't post on the platform, it would grind everything to a halt, and there's nothing to slip an ad in between.
So that is true. I've seen a bunch of questions about this, and this is related to how our business model is all around giving value to the creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about our plans as we raise money of how we want to keep growing that value. I know there's a lot of functionality that we still need to bring to the platform. We call those the expected, the catch-up functionalities that you know, dark mode, carousel, of those. We're gonna get there, but there's a lot of additional value that we want to bring to you as creators from e-commerce. I know a lot of people are asking, hey, are you enabling selling? E-commerce is a big piece in our roadmap as we raise this money as well. And again, we want you to give other revenue streams beyond subscriptions and labs for you to make money. And another one that is very interesting, that is not only for individual creators, but also for brands and businesses, is what we call branded experiences. We get this question all the time. Well, so, you always talk about how these other platforms, they do ad. Are you ever going to do ads? Yes or no? And the answer is, we're against traditional advertising that disrupts user experiences, and it changes the concept of being all around the creator, right? But we have this concept of branded experiences where we actually merge the creators, the brands, the platform, and the technology to really benefit the creator. A perfect example that I want you to talk a little bit about it is branded audio.
Yeah. So brand audio, well, we used to call it brand audio, now we call it brand audio. So brand audio is the ability to have, let me tell you this. We're going to talk about audio on web and then brand audio. So the audio room that you're in right now is an audio room inside of FANBASE, right? This room is currently available on the web, right, or a mobile device without having to download FANBASE at all. So you can share this room, post it on a website, post it on a tweet, post it and share it in a group chat. And if somebody clicks that link, it'll open up this audio room without even having to download FANBASE. And people can listen to this like a podcast or a television show, where they can just listen and be a part of the room. By doing so, when you're on a mobile device or on a laptop, there's room there to add visual, because the audio room screen is like really small. That's like the size of a phone. It fits people, XYZ, right? But now, with all this extra space, it can be branded by a brand. You can have a button, a call to action to buy some clothes or buy a product. And so imagine being able to have a conversation, or even eventually, probably even maybe do brand audio with watch parties on the web to be able to sell things. So your URL, so your brand audio page is your shop, right? It's your store. It's where you sell things. It's where you have audio. It's where you have a video posted for people to click and shop and all that kind of stuff. And that's how you do things. And so That's really, really powerful. So brand audio gives you the ability to do that. Now, with you being the individual creator that does that, also, we want brands to be able to partner with creators to do that. So we would want, instead of, we would want somebody like Nike to come on and say, hey, we want you as a content creator to come talk about this new product release that we have, and it'll be a branded room with audio. It'll be a brand room with Nike branding. You're the host. Everybody can hear on the web, on the app. You can do giveaways, XYZ, and I've talked about doing this kind of stuff too with artists, musicians. Imagine being able to like sell your merch and play music and have places where people can buy tickets and stuff like that, and have an audio room and meet your fans instead of on the app and outside the app. So I'm always thinking about ways that really, I think creator first, right? I'm not thinking if you make money, we make money. So I'm not thinking about the money in that way. I'm thinking about the experience for a creator to monetize, right? Or a user to have fun. So this is an immersive experience. This is something different, right? You're in an audio room. It's live. You're seeing comments. You're chatting with people. It's a watch party. It's just different. So we're thinking of ways to be different, but also creator first. We're thinking about the decisions that we make here are not based upon squeezing every ad dollar or every ounce of attention out of a person we can get to run ads. Because that's the model. The model right now is to keep your eyeballs glued to a screen to run ads to make money. I just want people to watch content, have fun, live life, make money if they want to. It's just a different vibe around here.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're right on the dot. People go very excited about the e-commerce piece.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you are, because we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Let's ooh.
There you go.
You gonna call?
Yeah, I don't know why people keep calling you. I know why people keep calling. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, I know why people are calling you, man.
I know why people keep calling.
I never got so many emails from everyone, being interested in FANBASE. It's exciting. We welcome that.
People haven't called me in like years. Have called me in the last few days, like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?"
I know. So, guys, definitely these past few days have been exciting. There's still a lot of work to do. For us, we always think long term. We're trying to stay cool, feet on the ground. I did mention before, but I want to mention our 3 main objectives this quarter is growing, retention, and virality, right?
Yep.
And we're doing all these efforts through the product and outside the product to drive that. And
we're doing pretty good so far.
Yeah. What's the crazy thing is, as all of this happens, it just looks organic. We didn't have to shift. All these other companies are shifting their business models.
Right.
They're shifting their things. They're going there and hiring. And for us,
making these announcements. We're just being us.
For us, it's like, oh my God, we've been waiting for this. Okay, well, we got to do more of this, and more of that, and more of that.
It's not, honestly, it's not, like, in these last 72 hours, I've actually shared posts and content that we made a couple months ago that are still relevant to the same conversation, because we've always been saying the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just about, sharing content, monetization tipping, free, no shadow banning, XYZ. And so you're seeing that I'm going to close with this, because I know that tomorrow is the day that I think the Supreme Court makes the decision on whether to keep TikTok.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday morning is what they said they want to give their...
Oh my God, I thought it was Wednesday. That's how tired I am, guys.
No, yeah, today's Tuesday. It's Wednesday. So this is what I will say. I'm not guaranteeing anything. This isn't Ramiro's thinking. This is my thinking. I'm gonna lay it on the line and just be 100 with you guys. Okay? I'm gonna lay it on the line and be 100 with you guys. Okay? So I'll say this. I find it odd that in the days that the Supreme Court is leading up to making the decision on whether or not to ban TikTok, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta has damaged his brand by getting rid of fact-checking, creating community notes and moving it to Texas, donating $1 million to the inaugural fund, getting rid of DEI, and doing the Joe Rogan podcast, insulting all the other tech companies out there that aren't doing what Meta is doing. My belief is that I think that Meta and X want to be more than just a social media platform now. They've been that, you know what I mean? I think Mark Zuckerberg wants more. I don't think he just wants to be Instagram and Facebook. I think he wants to ascend to another level, and that requires a massive shift in what he's doing. So therefore, platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook are not always going to be what he cares about. It's a bigger agenda for him, right? And so that is going to open up the door for new platforms to emerge where people just they don't want to deal with AI bots and all this stuff. They don't want to do all that. They're just like, where can I doom scroll? Where can I see some funny content, laugh, have fun with my friends? And so my prediction is that all of those decisions he made in the last week were a clear signal that if it's a clear signal for them to remove TikTok from the United States so that he can get part of that $10 billion of ad revenue and 170 million users that will have no place to go if that app is no longer available on the IP. Just something is going to happen. And so I'm glad we're here for it because we were born for what this is. I've always said, I've seen old clips of me saying, nothing lasts forever. Like Instagram and TikTok are not going to be the biggest platforms forever. And then just like that, it's like TikTok could be gone and Meta's doing this and I'm leaving Meta and everybody's pissed and X is trash and Elon ruined it. It's just, that's what I've kind of felt for a long time. And so I'm glad to be in this position. But the part that I'm glad, but I'm also proud. I'm proud because we did this and have not changed who we were from the day we started. Nothing has changed. Like everything that we're doing right now, we were doing 4 years ago in our intention and belief in what we do. And it just so happens that the planets are aligning literally, right? and figuratively aligning and for a major shift. And so I'm excited to be here. And I want to bring as many people with us as we possibly can, which is why I tell people to invest.
193 people.
Viral. Now, let me tell you something. If they announce that TikTok is getting banned tomorrow, you want to see virality? You want to see a raise move? All right. So I'm just saying, I would invest now. Because if they say it's gone, the phone's going to ring. Because if we're number 6 on the App Store, we won't be tomorrow because of that. But you can control that now. You know what I'm saying? And so that's my point is that when this shift happens or this thing goes the way that it might go, you could be like, yeah, but I own part of this new bad boy. I don't own Red Note. I own FANBASE. I'm over there, and I'm bringing all my community over there. So startengine.com/FANBASE to invest. The minimum to invest is $399. That's $400 to get you 60 shares of stock in FANBASE. It's $665 a share at a valuation of $160 million. This has been the best 3 days ever.
Proud FANBASE investor.
And I've loved it. I've been hanging out here. I stayed through. I stayed here through the storm, through the snow in Atlanta. I stayed at the office. I wanted to be here for this moment. You know,
it's nothing like calling Isaac at 7 a.m. and he's in the office. Like he just woke up. But it's true.
Yeah.
So from my side, I just want to say thank you so much for those that have been with us for a long time, our investors. For the new users, I want to thank you for being here. We live in an imperfect world. We are aspirational perfectionists because we know all the things we need to improve on and we need to work on, but we're doing the best we can with the resources we have, but that's about to change.
How many people work here?
So
add it up real quick.
Yeah, overall, less than 30. So
okay, so less than 30, all right? Go ahead, that. Less than 30 people. You see this big ass office behind this? Well, it's big, but less than 30 people work at this company, right? Let me explain this to you guys because we're going a little bit over. Less than 30 people work here. We are 6 spots away from the #1 spot on the App Store. Red Note has over 2,000 employees. They've been around since 2013. They've raised $900 million. They're worth $17 billion. And people are literally debating what's better, FANBASE or Red. That's crazy. That you're debating that. Is FANBASE better or is Red Note better? Or is Lemonade better? We haven't even got started yet.
We haven't
got started yet. You're comparing us to companies that are worth billions. And we right there with you. This is the ultimate underdog story. That's why I say this is the most important tech story in America right now. Because this is an underdog, creator first, the creators on the company. We free to run this thing up. We're American. It's naturally funded. We just some guys that came. This is not some contrived thing to get ad revenue. I was in the music business. I had an idea. This is an underdog real story. The movie's going to be good. I just figure out who's going to play you. I don't know. I gotta lose some weight, maybe be Jonathan Majors or something like that. Somebody play me, you know what I'm saying? But it's an amazing story.
So I think I've been seeing that some people have been asking us to leave the room open for a few minutes because it's a great place for people to talk. Mm-hmm. But why don't we go ahead and let's just finish with our promise?
Yeah.
I think that promise was being beautifully done by the entire product marketing team. Shout out to Andy. really shows what we stand for. And we did that before any of the other platforms suddenly they started caring about creators and the users. So I put it on your Slack if you want to put it. And we can say goodbye with that video. But again, thank you so much. Next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be here again. So.
Wait, who's texting me? All these people are texting me, Rama.
I think we might have lost the.
No, well, we'll get it back.
There you go. You got it?
And we're back. Sorry, guys, I had to get the link to the. I had to get the link to the promise. Sorry, I'm grabbing the link. Don't worry, I'm back. Here we go.
Hey guys, well, next Tuesday, 5 p.m.
Next Tuesday, it might be a different world next Tuesday.
Or even Thursday for my audience.
We might be acting different around here.
All right, guys, and we haven't released, so come on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll talk about the new release.
We might be acting a little different around here when I answer the phone.
No,
we're going to be the same. We're going to be the same fan base we've always been. That's the cool part about it. We're going to be the fan base. That's our promise. We're going to be who we always been. But we want to leave you with this message.
Gonna be in your three-piece suit.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you guys very much. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
No, we're still on live stream, so you can say the crazy things you usually say. I'm just kidding. Come here, man. What's up?
We still alive?
We're still on live stream, yes.
What up, everybody?
Not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it.
All right, guys. Those in live on YouTube, sorry.
Let's try. Everyone deserves to be seen.
Growing a community of creators united by the desire for freedom, choice, equity, and for all. We support each other to guide, promote, and uplift you in a place where you can unapologetically be yourself. A place where your voice, ideas, and creativity are not just welcomed, but celebrated. We are Black-founded, minority-funded, and supported by a diverse, inclusive, powerful community that believes in the strength of authenticity and individual choice. Regardless of success or background, we welcome you. The marginalized, the underappreciated, the successful, the superstar. We're for all who seek a space to express themselves freely, where they are rewarded for being their authentic, true self. We transcend labels because only we have the right to define ourselves. We are built for the brave, the culture, the creators, and for the future where everyone has the power to shape their own destiny. Where all are empowered.
I'm getting followers as we speak. Notifications.
For the first time, you have a chance to own the platform you helped make popular. It's a revolution. A movement in how we connect, create, and share. Everyone is a creator, and everyone has a fan base. Here, you can be you, without limits.
All right, y'all.